Okay, for this lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to create a simple layout and we're going to integrate the nav bar that we just created. So I'm going to create new document HTML and create. I'm going to go ahead and save this document, file, save, navigate to my USB, Art116, my name folder, and I'll call this simple layout. Simple layout. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save it. I'm going to go ahead and create a style sheet, new, CSS, create. I'm going to go ahead and save this document, file, save, navigate to my CSS folder, and I'll call it styles simple layout. And oops, I forgot the Y, layout, and save. I'm going to go ahead and attach my style sheet using my CSS designer. Click on add source, attach existing. I'm going to navigate to that file I just saved, my name folder, my CSS folder, and styles simple layout, and OK. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a header, a navigation bar, an article, a sidebar, and a footer. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert. Okay, now you have to make a decision. Are you going to create that larger container that all your boxes go in? Or are you going to create the boxes first and then wrap the container around it? It's totally up to you which way you want to go about it. I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and create the larger container first. And I'm going to call it container. Give it a class name of container and save. Now I want to make sure that all my other divs are within this div. So I'm going to click right after the word here and I'm going to force this div down, the end of this div tag down. I'm going to put my cursor in between here and then I'm going to go insert, header, and I'm going to say OK. I'm going to click after the header, hit my return key to give myself some more space. I'm going to go insert, navigation. Again, you could give it a second name if you want, or just leave it at the tag name. However, if you're going to have two navigation systems within the same page, you want to make sure that you're giving them individual names so you can target them differently. Maybe I'll call this top navigation. Top nav bar. And OK. Gave it the class name here. Nav class top nav bar. All right, I'm going to put my cursor after the nav tag. I'm going to add another box. I'm going to go insert. And I have a decision to make again. Am I going to use main, aside, article, or section? It's totally up to you how you want to organize your boxes. I'm going to save the aside for the sidebar. Do I want to do main, article, or section? And since this is just a simple demonstration, they're just all boxes with different names, I'm going to do an article. Okay, and I'm going to just say OK. After the article, I'm going to go ahead and put my cursor after the article tag, and this is where I'm going to put the aside. I'm going to go insert, aside, and just say OK. After the aside and still within the main container, I'm going to hit the return key, put my cursor right here, and I'm going to add the footer. I'm going to go Insert, Footer, and just say OK. All right, now what I want to style things. I want to give everything a color and set up my style sheet. So I'm going to open up the CSS Designer. Okay. I want to first target the container, so I'm going to put my cursor right here. I'm going to add the selector. Okay. I'm going to go to my layout properties and give everything a width. And just to keep it simple, I'll do a pixel width of 800, and all the containers inside will follow along. Again, the container here is the parent of all these boxes. All right, now I want to go ahead and do the header. So I'm going to put my cursor here, add the selector for the header. Now, if I wanted to put that SpongeBob image in there, I need to know how tall the SpongeBob image is. So I think I still have it back here. Let me take a look. SpongeBob, the image is 70, nope, it's 100, it's 100 pixels tall. And good thing it's 800 because that's what we set the container. So I'm going to come back here and for the header, I'm going to give it a height of 100. Now that SpongeBob image will fit in there. Now I want to do the navigation system. I'm going to add a selector for it. Again, it skipped the nav tag and went right to the more specific name. All right, I'm going to give it a height, pixels, and maybe I'll do 40. Okay, maybe I'll do a little bit bigger than that. All right, I want to do the article, so I'm going to go ahead and add a selector for it. My cursor is first right here. Article, and maybe I want to make the article and the sidebar the same height, so I'm going to go into height and I'll make both of them 500. Okay. I'm going to do the aside. I'm going to add the selector for the side. I'm going to add the selector for it. I'm going to go into height again and make the height 500. Okay, there we go. I'll go ahead and target the footer now, add the selector for it, go into height, pixels, and maybe I'll make it 35. Now go ahead and give all of these selectors a background color, and then we'll come back. Okay, hopefully you've got all the background colors right now. Now I don't actually want content for class container goes here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this text because the only purpose of that container is to be the parent of the other ones. I'm going to actually do it in code view here. Okay, it's gone. All right, what I want to do now is I want to center the layout. Okay, keep in mind that is going to be the container tag. And to do that, I want to go into the layout properties and I want to do margin auto, right and left. Okay, now the layout is centered. I'm going to go ahead and preview. Okay, now what I want to do is have the article and the aside sit next to each other. So if the whole container right now is 800, I can make maybe the article 500 and the sidebar 300. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, using my CSS designer, I'm going to go to the article and I'm going to make the width 500. I'm going to make the aside 300. Come on, type. Okay, as you notice, right now they're stacking on each other. It's following regular page flow. And what I want to do is I actually want to float the article tag to the left and the aside to the right, or vice versa, depending on how you want your layout. All right, I'm going to go ahead and continue this with another video.